ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव शरणं गुरुदेव देवा। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। दक्षिणामूर्ति स्तोत्रम ध्यानम। मौनव्याख्या प्रकटित परब्रह्म तत्त्वं युवानम् वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसदृशिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे। वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषन्नं सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवं जननमरणदुःखच्छेददक्षं नमामि। चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्न संशयाः निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्धाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवो उद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः। इदं Sri Dakshinamurtaye Bijasyantarivangkuro Jagadidam Prang Nirvikalpam Punaha Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana Vaichitrya Chitri Krutam Maya Viva Vijrumbhayatyapi Maha Yogi Vayasvechaya Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye Yasyaiva Spuranam Sadatmakamasat Kalpardhakam Bhasate Sakshat Tattvamasiti Vedavachasa Yo Bodhayatyasritan Yat Sakshat Karanad Bhavenna Punaha Avruttir Bhavam Bhonidhau Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye Nana Chidra Ghatodara Stitamaha Deepa Prabha Bhaswaram Jnanam Yasya Tu Chakshuradi Karana Dvara Bahispandate Janamiti Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Yetat Samastam Jagat Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Fourth verse of Dakshinamurty Stotram is talking about, technically they call Pratyaksha Jnana Prakriya, theory of direct perception. This Vyapara, they call Vyapara or transaction. Everybody says everything is because of that Chaitanya, everything because of that Chaitanya. How it happens? The Satchidananda Swarupa, when it passes through intellect or mind or senses or in the world, how it behaves, that method is called Jnana Prakriya. The way how this knowledge transaction happens. We have seen something, Nana Chidra Gata. We have a Nana Chidra Gata. And they have Dwaras. Nana Chidra Gata. Dwara Bahihi Spandate. It comes out. That Shuddha Chaitanya, it comes out through these gates. And what happens, Swamiji? Whatever object comes in front of it, Spandate. Spandate means it will illumine and that also will respond. Spandate. Then Jnanam Yasyat Chakshuradikarana Bhai. Then Janami iti. Janami iti means I know this object. I know this pen. I know this chair. That way we will came to know everything. So entire knowledge, whatever there in our intellect, this is all because of that Chaitanya touch only. Guruji always used to say, this touch only make everything possible. So that thought we have seen. Today, actually I need more attention from you. Why, Swamiji? Little, you can call it as an orthodox language or you can call it as a traditional language. Using those terminology, I will explain more about this Jnana Prakriya, how it is happening. Okay, Swamiji, no problem, we are ready. In previous class, I introduced two words. They are called Tula Avidya and Moola Avidya. Avidya means ignorance. Tula Avidya means ignorance about world. That is called Tula Avidya. Moola Avidya means ignorance about our own Swarupam. That is called Moola Avidya. Because of Moola Avidya only, we could not guess, or we don't know who am I. The covering sheet is called Moola Avidya. It doesn't allow us to know the Satchidananda Swarup. Then what is this Tola Avidya, Swamiji? As long as this ignorance we have, so long we don't know what is there in the world also. Worldly ignorance is called Tola Avidya. Moola Avidya and Tola Avidya. So the main business of our job is knowledge. Even in worldly transaction also, main component of life is knowledge only. Knowledge of cooking. If he gets it, he will good cook. Knowledge of science. If he gets it, he is a good scientist. So everything is knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. I know. So we must know how to remove this Tola Avidya and how to remove this Moola Avidya. How I could know the entire world, that way is called removal of Tola Avidya and other one is called removal of Moola Avidya. Okay, na? Okay, Swamiji. Next thought. In knowing the world or knowing the self, there is a process. That process they call, now listen, that process they call Vritti Vyapti and Phala Vyapti. Somewhere we heard, Swamiji, these two words. Vritti Vyapti and Phala Vyapti. That terms they use. In Vidyaranya Maharshi Panchadashi, he introduced, he explained this way of thinking. One term is called Vritti Vyapti, another term is called Phala Vyapti. You just keep in your intellect, Vritti Vyapti and Phala Vyapti. You must have known what do you mean by Vritti, what do you mean by Phalam, what do you mean by Vyapti. I will explain. Vritti Vyapti and Phala Vyapti. If you go through this Vritti Vyapti and Phala Vyapti, then these two types of ignorance we can avoid. These two types of ignorance can be removed by this process of Vritti Vyapti and Phala Vyapti. That is the teacher wants to say. Okay? Yes, Swamiji, okay. Now, third thought. Some mind, because of mind only, Swamiji, I could perceive the world. That much knowledge we have. If we don't have mind, no world for us. I know. In deep sleep, what is happening? Our mind is sleeping, so as though there is no world for us. As long as mind works, so long world disturbs us. In positive way or negative way, whatsoever. So we must know what is this function. Then they say there are 4 steps inside. Passing through all the gates, this world and me relation will happen. There are 4 steps are there inside. First foundation is called Chaitanyam or Chit. We have that. If we don't have that, complete seizing hota hai. We cannot claim I am a living human being. As long as Chaitanyam, that Chit concept is there, so long it will happen. So the first is a Shuddha Chaitanya, that we call as pure consciousness or pure awareness or pure knowledge. Knowledge itself, that is called Chaitanya. Next part, they say, that is called Antakaranam. Antakaranam means our complete inner, very subtle personality. That is called Antakaranam. In Gurudev language, we can say that is as Vasanas. Shall I tell one thing? Actually, we don't know what is our Antakaranam. That subtle it is. Even the Jiva doesn't know what is his Antakaranam. Because they are not in manifested form. They are in subtle form. This is second layer. First one is Shuddha Chaitanyam. Second one is Antakaranam. Every individual, they have that Antakaranam in very, very subtle form. That's why we call it as Vasana. Vasana means it's a guessing only. That's why they call it a Vasana. So second one is called Vasana. I mean Antakaranam. But we can infer. Every individual have different natures and different personalities. So we can guess something is there inside in a unmanifested form. That is called Antakarana. Shuddha Chaitanyam and Antakaranam. Then the third one is called in our internal structure. The third one is called Vritti. Vritti means thought. Here we can catch what is our mind. Vritti is complete manifested form of the Antakarana. When the Antakarana becomes this Vritti, then we will come to know this is mind. This is good thought. This is bad thought. I can change. I cannot change. This thing will come. This layer is called Vritti or thought. This is also inside only. Shuddha Chaitanyam, Antakaranam, and then Vritti. Aha. Swamiji, you said 4 are there. Then what do that fourth factor is called Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa means in English, a reflection of consciousness. It is not pure consciousness. It is not the original consciousness. It is the reflection of consciousness. That's abhasa means reflection. Chitta means Chidabhasa. Where it stays, Swamiji? Actually, this thought cannot move without reflection of that chitta. That pure consciousness, because of the subtle structure of the thought, it will reflect on this thought. Then only thought can work. That shade of consciousness they call as Chidabhasa. So generally, don't think, our idea is thought means, for example, this thought means thought of a phone. So what do we say? It is an object. This thought of phone is there in me. No, the phone plus consciousness should be there. Otherwise, it cannot be registered. That jnana spruha, that knowledge touch should be there. That touch of knowledge is called Chidabhasa. These are the 4 parts in our inside system. Shuddha Chaitanya, untouched, Sakshi, source of everything, because of everything is dancing, Shuddha Chaitanya, and Antakarana, and Vritti, and this Vritti also complete inert only, as long as it doesn't get its light. That focus light is called Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa. 4 steps ho gaye na? Because the transaction of knowledge is our topic. How this Chaitanya is acting, we must know as a spiritual students. So, this one. Then what happens, this vritti along with Chidabhasa, along with that reflection of consciousness, this vritti comes out from the sense organs. From these gates, from these dwaras, that vritti along with Chidabhasa, it will come out. Vritti along with Chidabhasa. We know, Swamiji. And then you know what happens? For example, this vritti seen this pen. Because coming through the eyes, it's seen this pen. Then what happens, that vritti only takes the form of the pen. It takes that form of the pen. Vritti permeates this object and it takes its form. That process is called vritti vyapti. Vyapti means it occupies, it permeates particular object by the thought. That process is called vritti vyapti. So mind took the form of this pen. Mind, Swamiji, mind only takes the form of entire world. Mind took the form of the pen. This is called vritti vyapti. And little more is there. That is, when mind has taken this form of the pen, after that, this Chidabhasa, what that thought is carrying, or because of that thought is moving, that Chidabhasa illumines it. Thought cannot illumine. That Chidabhasa will, what we call, will give its light to it, illumines it. After that only our intellect will say, I know this pen. Janami iti. Janami means I know this pen. That result will come. That result is called phala vyapti. Vritti vyapti and then phala vyapti. Then we will say, I know Swamiji. Because vritti vyapti also happened, phala vyapti. After phala vyapti only, after illumination of that Chidabhasa only, we can say, if Chidabhasa doesn't illumine, what happens? We don't recognize that. Because no knowledge. That knowledge element is from that Shuddha Chaitanya. See how we traveled. Shuddha Chaitanya to Antakarana, Antakarana to vritti, vritti plus Chidabhasa and sense organs and object. And after object and vritti relation is called vritti vyapti, and after projection of this Chidabhasa is called phala vyapti. After phala vyapti only, that individual say, I know physics. I know this is paneer butter masala. I know this is a movie. But this entire process is not even a second. So many happened, Swamiji. This entire process, different vasanas, the same object another person may say, see, but he will see in a different way because of his antakarana is different. His thought design is different. Chidabhasa is always pure. But the entire world in variety form, people could register, people could identify. This is all in fraction of second it will happen. See the speed of knowledge. Shuddha Chaitanya, Antakarana, Vritti, Chidabhasa, passing through senses and permeating or occupying that object and illumining the object and registering back. When you registered back about this object, ignorance of this object will go away. Because you registered, I know this, a pink color ball pen. That is called removal of Tula Avidya. I told you, Avidya about world is called Tula Avidya. So removal of Tula Avidya will go away by Vritti Vyapti and Phala Vyapti. So the Vritti of, and that's why some philosophies they say, here so many people they confuse. Entire world is nothing but mind. Entire world is nothing but mind. Statement is 100% right only, because my wife, my children we say, but your wife, your children, as it is you don't know. Whatever your vritti you framed it, that is only your wife, that is only your children, that is only your status, everything. Some people they say, oh, entire society is respecting me. You are feeling that is. I know. Entire world we are taking in the form of thoughts only in mind. Rolls-Royce, Swamiji, a thought only. If you boost it, you ask it, you get it. If you don't boost it, you don't get. That way only we run the entire world with the help of mind. Some masters, they say, because entire world is because of mind or in the form of mind only. So there is no need to believe this mind. But another thing is there. What is that, Swamiji? This mind is inert. Even mind function is also happening because of Shuddha Chaitanya. He is Vedanti. Vedanti is not a dry thinker or not a dry fellow. He says entire world is in the form of mind we receive and we transact, that is okay. But even the transaction of mind is also because of Chaitanya. If you see the Chaitanya, you can say entire world is none other than Brahma. Then you start respect that world. Then you start love the world as you are loving yourself. That is Vedanta is saying, that is Sadguru is saying. Final thought is that. Okay. So anyhow, we should not confuse, because if you listen some philosophies, they say, Swamiji, if I am talking means it is a thought only. I am walking means it is a thought only. Then why should I give reality? It is thought only, but that thought is also because of Chaitanya. That Chaitanya is same everywhere. That is Brahma. That is Purnam. This this world is, you cannot throw it. You must respect it, because it is nothing other than God only, Bhagavanta only. So this way, see, Vritti Vyapti, Phala Vyapti, and we can remove the ignorance of world, that is called Tola Vidya remove. This type of knowledge is called Pratyaksha Jnanam. The same Brahma, the same Satchidananda, he becomes a Pratyaksha Brahma. That Pratyaksha Brahma is called Jagat. See. Oh, this Jagat is God only. What I am, Pratyaksha means what I am seeing. Pratyaksha Brahma. Pratyaksha Jnanam. This is one step. Second thought, what I said, Mola Avidya. Mola Avidya means avidya about our own self, not worldly. We don't know what is my Swarupam. I don't know who am I. And different labels I give. Sometimes I say I am body, sometimes I say I am mind, sometimes I say I am brilliant, sometimes I say I am bad, good. They label, my label, me only continuously change because I don't know proper address. That is called Moola Avidya. That also we should remove. How we removed Tola Vidya with this. Chaitanya only removes this Tola. This also we should. So what is the process from this process? We explain nicely this Bahikaranam. How it is going out, what it is doing, because of what is happening, then what is the result we have seen. Then how can we remove this Moola Vidya, Swamiji? As a spiritual students, this is very, very important for us because that is the solution for everything. Master says, Kaschit Dhiraha, a great sattvic, brave student only can, first of all, he wants to know. Kaschit Dhiraha, Sattvika, Sadhaka, Medhavi, good man, Shraddha Bhakti Ityadi Samanvita, that student, Kaschit Dhiraha only will get, only will reach till the end. Kaschit Dhiraha, okay, Swamiji. Second point, they say, if you want to remove, the first one is we must have that Dhirata. What are the great qualities in Viveka Chudamani in Bhagavad Gita explained? We must earn them. Then only mind will say, what is the purpose of life? Which can give the completeness, which is the complete solution. If we have that good values, only mind can say. Otherwise, mind doesn't cooperate us. All the time, Tola Vidya, Tola, I want to know world, I want to know world, I want to know. That's why Kaschit Dhiraha is qualified. Then, this Kaschit Dhira also, how can he remove this Moola Vidya, Swamiji? What is the main sadhana he should do? You know, the main sadhana is Sravanam. Continuously listening to the teachings of the teacher and scriptures. In that process, you are listening, teacher is explaining. In that process only, slowly he will come to know what is the Atma, what is the Anatma, what is the reality, what is the false, what is the substratum, what is the superimposition. This confirmation of knowledge, this gaining of knowledge, this stability of knowledge will happen in a sincere Sravanam. That's why in Vedanta sadhana, the 90% is because of Sravanam only. Bhuri Visruvam, Upanishad says, we must listen more and more and more. My Acharya said, minimum 10 years we must do Sravana sadhana. We should not break our this Satsanga sadhana. Minimum 10 years. Then complete thought will settle in the bottom of our heart. Sravanam. During this Sravanam, who works can you guess? Not sense organs. Of course, they listen little portion, not sense organs. During this Sravana sadhana, all the thoughts work. Even now, you also working, I am also working in thought platform. What Swamiji is saying, what is the connectivity, what is the design, you know, what is that sequence, the thoughts you also framing and I am also presenting. So in the entire Sravana sadhana, our thoughts work, you know, and slowly our thoughts can understand properly what is called Sat Chit Ananda Atma. Slowly thought starts understanding. Even now, you are continuously, sincerely coming to the satsang. Do you know why? Because you could understand what I am speaking. If not, we escape. We don't come to the satsang. That thoughts understanding na, about Brahma, about this Atma, about this Satchidananda Swarupa, that state is called Vritti Vyapti. Because Vritti only taking the form of, okay, Sat means this way, Chit means this way. In that thought, if I remove worldly objects, worldly persons, worldly situations, that thought itself Chaitanya. That is thought taking form. If I remove agitation, if I remove disturbance, thought itself is Shanta. Shanta means Anandam. If I stop thinking of any object, still if I can stay, that is called existence. That is called Vritti Vyapti. And do. Don't stop that mind in taking the form of that knowledge of Atma. Continuously, you extend Sravanam, you extend Sravanam, you extend Sravanam, you know. Finally, you will confirm yourself that is, I am Brahma. For that conformity, you need all these things. Long time Sravanam and Shraddha and mind for in every Sravana Satsanga, mind taking that form of Brahma, everything. Finally, you yourself will confirm. This I, what I am saying, this I is that pure Shuddha Chaitanya Swarupam. That conformity, you know, na, that conformity is called Brahmakara Vritti. That is the resultant of the entire Vritti Vyapti and Sravanamo, Dherata, everything will end at Brahmakara Vritti. You confirmed yourself as Brahma. This is the final essence of Vedantic teaching. If the students gets it, okay, come. Brahmakara Vritti. And you know, that Brahmakara Vritti Rupa Antakarana, self by itself illumines. Swayam Prakasha. There is no need to, you know, that is Atma. That is me, no. That is, I am Satchidananda. You will come to realize that. You will come to stay there. Remaining everything is the play on that with different labels. But you are substratum. You are Shuddha Swarupa, ever pure, ever bliss, ever same mood. Pure existence only, ever mood. That's why that knowledge is called Aparoksha Jnana. Aparoksha means it is not a Pratyaksha Jnana, it is not a Paroksha Jnana, it is Aparoksha Jnana means it is completely intimate knowledge to you. Whereas worldly knowledge is called Pratyaksha Jnana. Pratyaksha Jnana means you see, you smell, you taste, you touch, then that knowledge happens. Here, you cannot see, you cannot taste, you cannot touch, you cannot feel, you cannot think. You come to know you are that. Then all problems gone. Problems created by buddhi only, that Mola Vidya. Mola Vidya gone, we will come to know what I am. This is called removal of Mola Vidya, and previous one is called removal of Tola Vidya. This is the entire mechanism of the transaction of knowledge. This is the business we are doing, either inside or outside. Hai ki nahi? 100% Swamiji. So this way, pratyaksha knowledge, that is called, for example, ghatakara vritti. Pratyaksha knowledge means this mind, this Chaitanya, all took ghatakara vritti, you came to know that is ghatam. This is called brahmakara vritti. The process, what I said, if you go, mind takes the form of Brahma, and Brahma, he himself reveals. You are Brahma. That way, your conformity settles. Aparoksha jnana, that is pratyaksha jnana. This is all because of that presence only. Then we say janami iti. The Jivan Mukta will say janami iti. How clearly we are saying pen iti, gloss iti. He says janami iti. Satchidananda brahmoham. Shuddha Chaitanyoham janami iti. Inside also same process, outside but different way. I explained very clearly. Whenever you get time, one more time you can see this class and reflect and think. Swamiji. Very nice. Now, verse number 5. Today we chant this verse number 5, and then word meaning we will come to know, and from the next class I will explain what is there in the teaching. 5th verse andi, repeat after me. Deham pranamapi indriyanyapi chalam buddhincha sunyam viduhu stri balandha jadopamastvhamiti Branta bhrisham vadinaha Maya shakti vilasa kalpitamaha Vyamoha samharine Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Together. Deham pranamapi indriyanyapi chalam buddhincha sunyam viduhu stri balandha jadopamastvhamiti Branta bhrusham vadinaha Maya shakti vilasa kalpitamaha Vyamoha samharine Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Deham pranamapi indriyanyapi chalam buddhincha sunyam viduhu stri balanda jadopamastvhamiti Branta bhrusham vadinaha Maya shakti vilasa kalpitamaha Vyamoha samharine Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Shardulam. This meter they call. Okay. Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Dakshinamurti, Gurumurti, Srimad Swami, Tasmai Namaha. Namaha, 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 Namaha. I am doing my salutations. Swamiji, yeah, you did not tell in verse number 5 which type of, or what is the thought Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji wants to explain. Because for every verse, one main thought is there. I know. In first verse, we have seen Jivan Mukta Purusha Lakshana. Next verse, we have seen Ishvara Lakshana. And then third verse, we have seen and fourth verse, we have seen Pratyaksha Jnana Prakriya. In third verse, two. One is result of knowledge, and first one is called qualification of Guru. Whom we can, definition of Guru, not qualification. Definition of Guru and result of knowledge in third verse we have seen, Swamiji. That is all okay. Now, in verse number 5, what is the main topic of Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji? You know, in 5th verse, he wants to tell about Samharine. Samharine means destroyer. Huh? Guru also destroyer. Huh? What he destroys, Swamiji? He destroys samsayaha. Samsayaha means doubts. That is also main job of Guru. That's why in Chinmay Mission we put a question and answer session. How much you teach, how much you explain, still it questions to some extent. If we are Uttama Sadhaka, only class enough. No need to question. That is called samshayam. Samshayam means doubt. Doubts also cleared by, answered by Guru. Samharine means he will do that. That's why one name of Gurudev is called Chinna Samshayaya Namaha. Gurudev is very, very popular for this job. For the removal of doubts. Because students in different stages, the same class, but it cannot appeal equal to everyone. Or some other previous knowledge is there, it may obstruct us. I think, you know, that is right. What I heard, what I studied, it may be wrong. Swamiji, I want to clear. Then only that brain, that intellect will be. Chinna Samshayaha, one name of our Puj Gurudev. Om Chinna Samshayaya Namaha. We do Ashtotram. Removal of doubts. All sadhakas will get, other than highly qualified student. Why you use it, Swamiji, other than highly qualified student? Because there is a story. When Puj Guruji Swami Tejomayananji joined in our Sandipini, that time he was 20 years young. Very, very young boy. Course is going on. Every day the Guruji is going for classes. That time, whenever Gurudev visits, he used to see Sandipini. He was not the teacher, because Guruji's batch is second batch. He taught only one batch, Puj Gurudev. So whenever he comes, he used to take classes for 1 week, 15 days. That Guruji, he was a boy. He ran and Gurudev walking from Sandipini Satsang to his kutia. Guruji only explained this thing. He went there and he did namaskar. And why did you come over here? I have some doubts I want to ask you. I want a clarity from you. Guruji said, you know what answer? Because of his qualification, greatness, Gurudev said, you first complete your 2-year study. Then all doubts will be washed away. You need not ask, I need not answer. Go and study. They will go away. That is for his chinna samshaya. Another student, he also said, now he is a Swami in somewhere. He asked Gurudev. He was also so young. I could not do all the sadhanas. What are there in Vivek Chodamani Bhagavad Gita? Gurudev, what should I do? Same Gurudev for this boy, he said, do you know what? Every day, 1 hour, you must read life histories of Mahatmas. Like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharshi, Sardamma, great masters are there in our country. Every day 1 hour from their life histories, like Gospel of Ramakrishna, their life books are there. They are like stories only. You read. Then that knowledge continuously inspire you. You don't drop this study. For him, that is the solution. This is also one job of Guru. Samharamu. Destruction. Destruction of what, Swamiji? Samsayamu. Doubt. Here, if you see the third line, Samharine. Hey, Samharine. Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namaha. This is called fourth case in Sanskrit. Samharine means to whom? Who is destroying my doubts? Samharine Namaha. Swamiji, what he is samhar kar rahe hai? What he is destroying, Swamiji? Moha samharine. Moha samharine means he is destroying my moham, delusion. What type of moham, Swamiji? Kalpita moham. Kalpita moham means the delusion which is because of projection. Kalpitam. An imagination. Kalpita moha samharine. Why, Swamiji, I am doing this kind of mischievousness, this kalpitam? That is because of vilasa. Vilasa means you want to play with your mind and intellect. That's why you are doing all this. Whatever mind says, you also say, yeah. Whatever intellect says, you also say, that is right. That is vilasam. Gurudev, he explains in Viveka Chodamani, if you must listen in your lifetime, entire Viveka Chodamani Gurudev, complete clarity will come. How by ourselves created this kind of completely misconception. Because we all time encourage and play with senses and mind and intellect. There is no logic. There is no proper thinking. Still we say, you are right. Still we encourage. Still we follow. That is called vilasam. Vilasa kalpita vyamoha samharine. This vilasam, because of whom, Swamiji? Why I am playing with these little things? Why I can say, why I cannot say, no, don't do that. Why, Swamiji? Because Maya Shakti. There is a Shakti in our system that is called Maya Shakti. Maya Shakti means actually it is not there. Still it wants to project. That is called Maya. It doesn't have any reality. It doesn't have any status. Still it creates some fear. Like how snake creates fear, which is not there on the rope. And we run and sweating and this and that. This Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Mahavyamoha Samharine. For all our questioning, doubts, thoughtlessness, this is all because of this Maya Shakti. Who can remove? Everybody is entangled in this game only. Everybody is full. Who can educate us, Swamiji? Who can remove this conception? Who can give the clarity that Samharaka Guru, in this verse, we are going to see. Different types of Vyamohas are there. So many Vyamohas. Each Vyamoha is a philosophy. And we stuck to it. We are not ready to drop some external factor we need. Hey Guru, my dear Gurudev, my dear Guru, Shankara Bhagavat Pada, please, it's very important verse then. Vyamoha Samha. Swamiji, how many types of Vyamohas are there, Swamiji? Huh? That will be next class. Don't miss and come. Then we say, I am sometimes there, sometimes here, sometimes. Some people, they say, all are there in me, Swamiji. So, that different types of Vyamohas, how can we overcome that Vyamohas? Everything, that Vyamoha, that different thinking is called different philosophies. Charvaka, Nyayayika, Vaisheshika, Dvaita, Vishishta Dvaita, Buddha, Sunya, Nirishwara, Ishwara. These are all Vyamohas only. Some people, they say body only. Reality. Other than body, I am not anything else. 100% I am body. 100% I am mind. He is little subtle fellow. If you can say I have a mind, I can change myself. So in our next class, we can see that. Very important class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudichyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Har Har Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadev. Sri Satgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu.